And we're going to start in a comfortable seat. We use any props that you need. And then make your adjustments. Hi, Tam. Feel your seat on your mat or your block or your pillow. And feel the spine lengthening up. That space between the pelvis and the ribs. Down the sides and across the chest. And then just let the arms rest heavy. Hands on your lap, palms down or palms up, or a mudra if that's what you like. And then close the eyes or focus down onto one point. And use the next few breaths to let everything settle down. And then bring the awareness into the physical body. And scan around. Let the awareness move very freely all around, front to back, top to bottom, side to side, without getting lodged anywhere, just shifting your attention around and checking in with yourself. Acknowledging the physical sensations. Noticing any emotions or any residue from your day. Any anticipation of the rest of the day. How is your mood and your energy today? And remember that it's always up to you. If you need to rest, you rest. If you need to modify, use your props if they're useful for you, and use variations that you like. We'll bring the hands to touch in front of the heart. And shift the awareness into the mind. And consider your intention. We'll take an inhale together. Send out your intention for your exhale. And release the hands down. And come forward to child's pose. Bring the big toes to touch. Take the knees wide. And make it very passive. Let the head rest. So you might rest it on the mat or use a little pillow or your block. And the forearms are down, elbows down, shoulders relax. And just notice firstly how it feels in this position, in this shape. Any areas that feel tight, twingy, any areas that feel more open. So we're going to take a few rounds of deepening the breath. So gently start to lengthen your inhale. And the exhale. Inhaling, allow the breath to be expansive, to fill the rib cage and the belly and the back. And the exhale, gently emptying out. And keep breathing in this way. Maybe using the breath as a bit of a massage. So if there are any tight spots, have your focused attention on those areas. And breathe as if you're breathing into those spaces. So gently massaging out. And we're going to take around 5 more breaths like this. So following each inhale and exhale. Each inhale, feel the abdomen inflating like a balloon, evenly in all directions. And each exhale, gently emptying out. And always working in a way that feels comfortable for you with the breath practices. Taking a couple more rounds. And let go of that deep breathing. Just find a smooth and even breath that we'll use through the practice. And walking the hands over to the right side for a side stretch. So gently step the hands across and let the torso, the head be heavy. Direct the breath down into that left side. Two more breaths here. Bring the hands over to the left side. Two more breaths. And then back to center. Come up to all fours. Check that the fingers are spread out wide, knees under the hips. Inhale to cow pose, look up. Exhale round into cat. You continue to move with your breath, or maybe you can hold the stretch or make it more freestyle. Now settle into a neutral spine. Press into the hands and engage or lift up into the shoulders. Hug the belly in, keep the tailbone lengthening behind you. We'll extend the right leg out. The right heel kicks away and the toes point down. Keep pressing into your hands. Stay here or reach the left hand forwards and lengthen the fingers away from the back heel. Keep pressing down to lift up. And then release back to all fours. Switching sides, the left leg extends. As you're ready, the right arm reaches forwards. Thumbs up. Spread the fingers out, shoulders away from the ears. The breath is still smooth and easy. Release back to all fours. We're going to switch sides. The right leg extends. Option to bring the left hand forwards. Option to bend the right knee and bring the heel in towards your bum. Stay here or the left hand comes to the right foot. And if that's not available to you, don't worry. You can just stay here or here. You might be here. Loads of options. We'll take a couple more breaths. Good. Open the left shoulder up if you've got that grab. Kick the foot into the hand and there's that opening through the right hip. And then gently release back out the way we came in, no rush. Switching sides, left leg extends, adding on all the options, right arm forwards, left heel in. See if you could bring your right hand to the left foot. Sometimes it works on one side and not on the other side. And then find the opening, the back bend, quite a lot going on. A slow release back out, no rush. Inhale to cow pose, look up. Exhale to cat. Back to your neutral spine. We're going to take dolphin. So come down onto your forearms. Excuse me a second. Bring your forearms down. So you're on your elbows, forearms make an 11, and you can either have the hands flat and the fingers spread out, or you can bring the palms to touch in prayer position or interlace the fingers. But try and make sure that the elbows are under the shoulders rather than out to the sides. But at the end of the day, it's the comfortable position for you. Now you might just want to keep your knees down and practice pressing into the forearms and the outsides of the wrists, engaging through the shoulders. If you want to, you tuck your toes and lift the hips up. So like down dog, put the forearms on the mat. And then you can creep the toes towards you, any amount. And you keep pressing down, lifting up, let the head go, gaze back towards your toes. So you're either here or you're just on your forearms with the knees down. We're going to take 3 more breaths. And then release the knees down. Come back onto your hands. And we'll push back to downward facing dog. Lift the sit bones up and back. And then slowly pedaling out the feet. Any other movement that feels good for you today, or you can always just stay still. And then come to stillness in your down dog. Anytime you need to modify down dog, you can take all fours or child's pose. Feel your hands on the mat. Spread the fingers out. And then push into your hands, shift the weight back. And give the head a shake out to release the neck. Feel your feet on the mat, the balls of the feet and the toes are nice and long. The heels are pressing back and down towards the mat. And a little bend of the knees is always very beneficial for your hamstrings and for the lower back. Use your next inhale to come forwards into a plank. Option to modify with the knees down. Exhale, shift back to downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank. Exhale, press back, down dog. One more time. Inhale, come forwards to plank. Exhale, shift back to down dog. On your next exhale, look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat and take a halfway lift. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Take the feet to the edges of the mat for a squat. So the toes turn out, hips sink down. You might be here, you might be a little bit higher up. There's always the option to sit down on your block. And press the palms together. Bring the thumbs in towards the chest, chest to thumbs. Press the elbows into the knees and the knees into the elbows. And then push the feet down into the mat. So it's all really active. Pelvic floor lifts, belly draws in. We're here for a few more breaths. So if you want to have a go with crow, go ahead. And spreading the weight out through the hands, looking forwards, leaning into the fingertips almost, and then clawing the mat like crow's feet, crow's claws. Good, couple more breaths. Very good. We're going to meet in a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Head down, bum up, heel toe the feet towards each other. We'll take a halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, head down. Inhale, rise all the way up to stand. Reach up, a big stretch. Exhale, hands to heart, stand tall. Smooth out the breath. And release the arms down by the sides. Tadasana at the top of the mat. Feel your feet on the mat, footprints. Feel that the weight is evenly spread. Notice if you are leaning over to one side or the other, or backwards or forwards. And then stabilize yourself. So standing tall, lifting up through the top of the head. Engage through the core and the chest opens. Sun salute A. Inhale to reach up, look up. Exhale to forward fold. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale, hands down, stepping back to your plank. And we take an inhale here. Exhale to lower down with control. 3 baby cobras. Inhale to lift the chest and the hands. Might just be a tiny lift up. That's okay. Exhale to lower down. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, lower down. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up through the knees or plank. Exhale, meeting in downward facing dog or dolphin for 5 breaths, or child's pose. Couple more breaths. Use your next exhale to look forwards. Step or lightly hop to the top. Take your halfway lift. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Open the chest. Exhale as you fold in. Release the head. Inhale, rising up. Press into your feet. Reach up. And we'll keep flowing. Exhale to forward fold. Leading with the heart. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale back to your plank. And hold it here in your plank. So when we lower down, not lowering yet, you want to come down so that the breastbone and the pubic bone touch down at the same point in time rather than snaking down. So have a go. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower down. Good, looks good from here. Inhale for your back bend, cobra or up dog. Exhale, shift back to down dog through the knees or plank or dolphin. Down dog or dolphin. You got 5 full breaths. When you're down dog, if you find that the heels really easily touch the ground, then you step the feet back a little bit. Couple more breaths. On your next exhale, look forwards. Step or hop to the top. And a halfway lift. Inhale. Fold in, exhale. In that forward fold, the chin tucks it slowly. Inhale to rise up. And we'll keep flowing one more time. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift. Inhale, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, back to your plank. A big inhale in plank. Your exhale to lower down. Maybe you go halfway down, that's chaturanga. Inhaling for cobra or upward facing dog. Point the toes, push the tops of the feet down. Good. Exhale to down dog. Dolphin and child's pose are your options for 5 breaths. Scan through the body and let go of any unnecessary holding. Use the next exhale to look forwards. Make your way to the top of the mat and take a halfway lift. Fold in with your exhale. We'll take ragdoll. Take the feet at least hip width. Let the head go. Either dangly arms or you can interlace the fingers behind the back. And squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the elbows up and lift the knuckles up. Give the head a shake, yes and no. A big inhale through the nose. A sigh out through the mouth. And release the hands down. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart. And close the eyes. Feel balance between the 2 feet. The crown of the head lifts up. Notice all the new sensations that are happening in the body. Any shifts. in the mind, your mood, your energy. And remember your intention. Release the arms down by the sides. Chair pose, either big toes touching or feet hip width. Extend the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, sit down into chair. We'll take 2 more breaths here. Make the legs very strong. Maybe take the hands a bit wider to free up the shoulders and sit a bit deeper. Exhale to fold forwards. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale to lift the right leg up, 3-legged dog. And exhale, steps the right foot through. Release the back knee down. Low lunge. Grab your blocks if you have them. But either 1 block on each side, or 2 blocks, 1 on each side, or 1 block would be in the center of the mat inside the right leg. And then you sink the hips down, keep the chest lifted. Shoulders soft. Adding in a twist, left hand under the left shoulder on the mat or the block, reach the right hand up. So returning from the waist to the right shoulder and press into your left hand. You can stay here. If the shoulders tight, maybe rest the right hand on the right hip. If you want to go for the quad stretch, bending the left knee, hold it here. We'll see if the right hand will find the left foot. And this block under my left hand is really useful because that makes my arm that much longer. I've got more space to find the foot. 2 more breaths. Release both hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Coming into a crescent lunge. If you'd rather keep the back knee down, keep it down. On your inhale, you rise up. Bending into the front knee, strong through the back leg. And then we're going to open into Warrior 2. The back heel drops down, open hips and arms. And then bending into the front knee, pressing into the back foot. So loads of space from one hand to the other, across the chest, down the sides, and really strong legs. Flip the front palm and reverse. Reach the right hand up, bring the left hand down, either to rest on the left leg or it drapes around the lower back. And we're going to look down towards the back foot. No unnecessary tension through the neck. Don't lose this lunge in the front knee. Couple more breaths. Come back to Warrior 2. And we'll take side angle, either the forearm on the front thigh or the right hand inside the right foot, or again, you could grab a block. Reach the left hand up. Lift out of the waist, strong legs. You stay here or go for the extension over the left ear. And then adjust your head. Comfortable position for the neck and shoulders. 2 more breaths. Make everything work here. Use your next exhale to look down. Place the hands down, come onto the toe mound of the back foot. Kick back to a 3-legged dog. The right leg lifts up and back. Shake it out to get the blood flowing. And then you choose, you could rest or you flow through the vinyasa, one breath, one movement, no rush. Good. And we meet in down dog. When you're ready, we'll take a couple of breaths. Moving on to the second side. Inhale, lifts the left leg up. Exhale, steps the left foot through. Low lunge with the back knee down. Holding here. Adding in the twist. Right hand down. Left hand reaches up. Stay here or bring the right heel towards your bum. Maybe left hand to right foot. You're turning to the left, sinking the hips down, pressing into your right hand, take the weight out of the right shoulder, breathing. And then look down, place the hands down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Find your foundation here. When you're ready, crescent lunge, rise up. Couple of breaths. On your inhale, open into warrior two and adjust into it. Flip the front palm and reverse. Look towards your back foot, the optional half bind. Couple more breaths. When that front leg starts to fire up, use the back leg. Spread the effort out. Inhale through to side angle. Reach up. Option then to extend the right arm over the right ear. And if you look up, that helps to open the chest up. Use your next exhale to look down. Place the hands down. Kick back to a three-legged dog. Give it a shake out. And then you decide, take a break. We'll keep flowing through the vinyasa as you lower down the elbows in towards the sides. Inhale for your back bend, long neck. Exhale to down dog or child's pose, or don't forget you've got dolphin as an option. Scanning through, let something soften, let go of any unnecessary tension. Maybe the jaw, the tongue, heels heavy to the mat. And then meeting in down dog if you're ready. You use the exhale to look forwards. Now, if you want to do the little hop forwards, my tip is to step the feet in a little bit. You need to really fire the legs up, but keep your bum lifted. Look forwards. and then a light bounce to the top of the mat. And you land with the knees and the feet inside the hands. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Take the feet to the edges of the mat for your squat. Squat or crow are your options. And if you want to sit on your block, go ahead. If you're thinking about playing with crow, have a go. And tuck the knees in, look forwards. Make sure you spread the weight through the hands. Find that balance point. We're going to meet in a standing forward fold at the top of the mat. Roll out the wrists. Shake out the head. We'll take what can be a bit of a massage for the hands. You're going to lift your feet up, slide the palm of your hand under the sole of the foot. So the toes, if you can, come up to the wrists. Bend the knees. Let the head hang. Elbows out to the sides. Shoulders down the back away from the ears. And you want to feel the belly on the thighs. If you've got that contact between the belly and the thighs, then you think about straightening the legs. You can kind of paddle a bit on the heels of the hands. And then gently release. Halfway lift. Inhale. Bring the big toes to touch. We're coming back into chair pose. Sit down, reach up. On your next inhale, press into the feet and stand up. Arms by the sides. Tadasana, be still. Your hair, clothes look amazing. Smooth out the breath. Relax the face, the shoulders, the buttocks, the toes, the fingers. And we're going to move through the sequence again, adding on a little bit, optional. There will be half moons, so if you like to use a block, grab your block, or you can use a water bottle or something like that to lean on. If not, don't worry. And everything is optional, so you take it as you want it. Inhale, reach the hands up. Exhale, bend the knees for chair pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, step the right foot through. Back knee down. Take an inhale to lift the chest up. Exhale, twisting to the right. Take an inhale here. Exhale, right hand down. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Crescent lunge, rise up. Take an inhale. Exhale to warrior two. Flip the front palm and reverse. Flow through to side angle. Bring the left hand onto the left hip. Setting up step by step for half moon. Look down. Step the back foot in. Find your prop. Remember, this block goes at least 18 inches away from your foot. So press into the right foot, press into your right hand. Flex the left foot. See if you could lift the left leg up. Turn to your left. Reach the left hand up. Maybe you're pressing so hard into that foot that the right hand lifts off of the block. Maybe you're so stable that you turn and look up at the ceiling. That's the tricky bit. When you wobble and come out, just go back in. Couple more breaths. Very nice. Keep that lifted leg, the foot flexed, so the leg is engaged. Yes, thank you. Then a graceful transition back into your warrior two. Remember to bend the front knee. Nice. Not a thud to be heard because you're muted. Take an inhale here to stay. Exhale, hands down. Get back to a three-legged dog, right leg up and back. Bend the right knee, open the hip. Now you can stay here. You can come to down dog, or some of you like Wild Thing, you come onto the outside edge of the left foot. The right toes placed down behind the left leg. And then turn the belly and the chest up to the ceiling. Reach the right hand up to get that lift up again. Then right arm overhead, palm turns down. And remember to press into your left hand. When you're ready, coming back through down dog, maybe flowing through your vinyasa or finding child's pose. Whatever you want. Very nice. Strong legs in the back bend. We'll take a few breaths here, a sigh out through the mouth if you find that useful. We're meeting in down dog or all fours if you're ready to move on. Move with the breath. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, step the left foot through. Back knee down, low lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left hand up, twist. Left hand down. Pick the back knee up. Crescent lunge, you rise up. Bend into the front knee. Inhale to warrior two. Settle in. Flip the front palm and reverse. Side angle, flow through. Right hand onto the right hip for half moon. Step into the left foot, grab your prop. Press the left hand down, press the left foot down. Little bend in the left knee. Lift the right leg up. Maybe reach the right hand up. Turn a bit more to your right. Press a bit more down with your foot. Maybe the left hand floats up. And perhaps you look up to the ceiling. Couple more breaths. Good. Open up a little bit more. Nothing floppy. Graceful transition back to warrior two. Inhale to stay. The exhale takes the hands down. Back three-legged dog. Left leg up and back. Bend the knee, point the knee up. Stay here or come to down dog or Wild Thing. We're pressing into the outside edge of the right foot, placing the left toes down, lifting the hips up. Now, when you're ready, come back through to down dog or move through your flow. Final vinyasa. Everybody meeting in child's pose. Focus on the breath, even it out. Check in again, notice how you're doing. Walk your hands in, come up to sit. And extend the legs forwards. Bend the right knee. And then bring the right foot outside of the left thigh. So the left foot is flexed, left leg engaged. Interlace around the shin and sit up nice and tall. If the hamstring is very tight on your left leg, you keep the knee a little bit bent. We're going to take the twist. Right hand behind. This hand is to prop you up, not to kind of collapse down on. Sit up nice and tall, reach the left hand up, turn to your right, and then either hook that elbow or hug the knee. The inhale, you lift out of the waist. Exhale, turn to the right. Couple more breaths. Turn back to center and we'll simply switch sides. The right leg extends, the left foot steps over. Take a moment here, hug that knee in, sitting up tall. Left hand behind, right hand reaches up, turn to the left. Hug or hook the knee. Take 3 full breaths. And turn back to center. Uncross the legs. Plant the feet at the top of the mat, knees bent. And we're going to come all the way down onto the back. Feet flat, knees bent. Just take a moment. Let the shoulders, the upper, middle, lower back release down. And setting up for bridge. So 3 options. You can take the regular bridge, pressing into your feet and lifting the hips up, holding it here. If you have wheel in your practice, bring the hands by your ears, come onto the crown of the head and lift up into wheel, if that's in your practice, or the supported bridge using a block or a pillow, whatever you fancy. The supported bridge, we bring the prop under the sacrum and let the pelvis be really heavy down onto the prop. So you choose. Adjust into whatever position you're in. Come back to your breath. Final few breaths here. And then make your way out of the pose. Move any props out of the way if you're in a supported bridge. Let the back settle, soles of the feet together and the knees open up wide. One hand resting on the belly, one hand on the heart or the ribs. Notice the after effects of being in the back bend. Now extend the legs long together for fish pose. So the legs are long and together, the toes point. You're going to roll a little bit over to the left and bring your right arm under the back. Roll to your right and bring the left arm under your back so that the thumbs are touching, palms are down, and the hands are quite far down by the bum. And the elbows are tucked under there, not out to the side. The arms are straight. So we've already got a big opening through the front of the chest. And this might be enough for you. If you want to go further, point the toes, press into your forearms, your elbows, and lift the chest up. And then bring the crown of the head down. Deepen the breath. Two more breaths. And then gently release out. Move your arms out of the way. The palms were down, turn the palms up. Take the feet wide to the edges of the mat. And adjust your hips, the lower back, your shoulder blades. We're in Shavasana. Letting the breath go now, come back to your natural rhythm. The body is heavy and still and settled. If you feel you need to make any final adjustments to your position or your clothes or grab a cover, go for it. And then gently settle into stillness. And then when the body is still, take your awareness down to the tips of the toes. We're going to scan up, and as we do so, release any unnecessary tension. We're moving from the toes, through the feet, the ankles, the shins and the calves, the knees, the front of the thighs, back of the thighs, the hips, the buttocks, the whole of the pelvis and the groins, the whole of the back, lower, middle, upper back, shoulder blades heavy, the arms are long, heavy by the sides, The fingers are naturally curled. The front of the torso is soft, the abdomen and ribs, collarbones. No tension through the neck or the throat. And the head is resting heavy on the mat. And the whole face relaxes. Eyes, eyebrows, forehead, cheeks, jaw, tongue. Whole body is heavy and still. I would take a couple of minutes to be quiet. Feel the contact between the body and the floor. Feel the breath in the body, the gentle, natural flow of the breath. And begin to take some deeper breaths. And then move the body in any way that feels natural for you to come out of the practice. And then bring the knees in, let yourself roll over to one side. Press into the floor, make your way up to sit, and we meet seated with the hands in prayer in front of the heart. And take a quiet moment to acknowledge your practice, to feel the practice. Take the thumbs to the third eye and remember your intention. Bow the head to the heart to seal the practice. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.